meeting with the coaches and all that. Obviously, being able to see all the kids work out and actually help the player development group. It was refreshing. It was resetting. Like I told them a week ago in a meeting, my only experience with player development was with the Dodgers when I was a kid, when I signed. But to have everybody here and get ready to work, and do the things that we're planning on doing, it's great. Excited to see everybody. Obviously, more excited about catching up with people, which is the most important thing.
Who's going to be your closer?
Come on, Johnny. I don't know. Yeah, let's. Where we start the season at? Oh, New York now. Sorry. We'll see in April 7th.
Alex, what's the schedule going to be leading up to the first game? What do you guys have planned?
Well, today was kind of like quote unquote optional, right? There's more guys coming in today. Most of them, they're going to get their medicals tomorrow, the physical, sorry. And we're going to have another kind of like optional workout. And then Tuesday, we had the whole group out there. And one of the things that we talk as a group, the few weeks that we spend here, I know everybody's talking about sprint and how fast it's going to be, whatever. We got to slow it down. We got to make sure everybody's healthy, everybody have their legs under them, and then we go. We know that it's a handful of games only, right, in spring training, but everybody's in the same boat around the league. They have to do the same thing. Actually, we play one more game probably than others, but we got a lot of guys that are ready to play, the young kids, that they'll be ready for Thursday, and then we'll see how the other guys are. But I do believe this year we'll get back to B games, right, and and try to get as many at bats in the backfields and try to build up to April 7th. It's a challenge, but I think it's a challenge for everybody. The good thing is that everybody's on the field. That's the cool thing. A week ago, to be honest with you, when I went home, I was like, I'll go home for 2 days and come back, and then I was like, I'm going to be home for a while. But I'm glad that both sides got into the agreement, and we're back, and we got baseball. We're playing 162, and it should be fun.
Is there anybody that you know of who is going to be late to camp for any reason? Or
as of now, no. Actually, the one that I was not worried but didn't know much, where we knew he was in Venezuela, it was Mata, and he's here, but obviously he's in another program. You know what? Ronaldo is going to be late for 1 or 2 days. He's in Colombia. But besides that, the guys, Sawamura is flying in tonight, but, we're going to have to take it easy with him because of the flight and all that. But besides that, everybody is going to be in town today. Bazardo, Darwinson, they were in Venezuela for a while. They've been in the state for a while. So we're in a good place as far as that. It was a concern early on, but now we're going to have, almost the full group here, and we got to get, back to work.
The Red Sox are playing in Toronto in late in April. Do you expect everybody to be able to play in Toronto?
I mean, obviously, that's a great question, and we'll get there when we get there, obviously. We gather information to see where we at. As far as, vaccination, all that, things might probably change in the off season with certain guys, but right now I think it's too early to know, about that, and obviously that's a few weeks from now. So let's enjoy this, let me enjoy this one, and then we can get to the tough topics.
Alex, you guys had a lot of time, obviously, to plan things and plan ahead, and I know last year you had mentioned, maybe taking a look at Whitlock in the rotation. I know things are just starting, but is that still?
No, I mean, we plan for the season, and we're going to stretch, Tanner, we're going to stretch Garrett, and we'll decide what we're going to do with them. We added some good pitching also, Rich and Michael. So, especially where we're at right now and where the season is going to be, especially early, we still don't know the whole rules of the tournament. Yeah. That's we will know over the course of the week, or probably the next few weeks. And when we get there, then we'll decide how we're going to do it. But one thing I'm comfortable with is how deep or we're deeper than last year as far as like, guys that can go multiple innings, long into the game. So they look great today. I know Witt has been dominating the church league in his hometown. He was trying to get his confidence up, he said, but Tanner did an outstanding job too for everything he said, and obviously what we saw on social media, getting bullpens in and facing live hitting. So we're in a good spot, and obviously they were amazing last year. We expect them to be really, really good again, but at the same time, there's other guys that we add to the equation, and we'll see where it takes us.
Do you expect the roster to be increased the first few weeks of the season?
They're still talking about that, so we're
That's a
not. I'm not
possibility.
sure. I'm not sure. If they do it, then we'll adjust from it, right? Still, they're still talking about that.
Alex, on that topic, do you guys feel like what do you feel like you need, like a right-handed bat or bullpen help, or what?
I know. The last time Haim talked to you guys, right? He talked about trying to get a right-handed bat and some bullpen help, and we're working. It's been relentless the last 2 days. That's why I took a flight from Puerto Rico at 6 a.m. so I can be here, and on the way here in Alligator Alley, just make phone calls, not only to Peter Gammons, but to other people. Yeah, I mean, we all know what we need. I think, the whole industry knows where we at, and we're just trying to get better. And, we got some interesting guys that are here, non-roster invitees that, provide us, depth in the infield. And we got some interesting guys, too, that can play multiple positions. And we like versatility. So, but we're still working. I mean, the whole group up there, they've been working for the last 2 days. And, we know we can improve in the upcoming days.
I feel like you feel like you need an outfielder? Another outfielder?
Not really. I mean, we're really good. We're good where we at. I think defensively, if we go Enrique in center and Jackie in right, that's pretty solid. And obviously, Alex did an outstanding job in left field. But we're looking. We're trying to improve, and we'll see where we go.
So out of those two, that's kind of the way you're looking at it right now.
I mean, the good thing that we have is that Kike is so versatile, right? Did I say Kike? Nah, Enrique. I like Enrique. Yeah, Enrique. I like Enrique. He's so versatile that he can play second, he can play center. Obviously, he can play short and all that. But we'll see where we at roster-wise in the upcoming weeks or in opening day, and we'll adjust from there. The good thing about Enrique is that he'll do all his work in the infield. And he doesn't miss a beat in the outfield, or he'll do all his work in the outfield and he doesn't miss a beat at second base, And although he wasn't pleased with the way he played second last year, we still know that he's a good defender, and when he's locked in, he's elite at second. So, having guys like that are so versatile, and there's not too much things to do with him as far as like working defensively, it makes it a lot easier for us.
What do you do?
Comfortable with Arroyo at second base?
Yeah, I mean, Christian was elite. He was above average last year at second base. The only problem was like he didn't, he got hurt. And but offensively, very interesting, right? He punished the ball last year. What he did in playoffs without playing for a month was eye-opening. And he can turn the play. He has a good arm. So he's a good second baseman.
Because of his injury history, is that a position where you need to make sure you have?
I mean, we always try to be deep, and we got some guys that, they can provide that. But, Christian is a good player. And, it's just a matter of him, taking care of his body. He works hard at it. I just saw him today, and he looks good. So, let's see what happens. But as far as what he did last year, the way he played, I was very pleased.
There's a right-handed bat here. Maybe you can.
They don't like the 230 hitters. Yeah, they don't. They manage or they do radio.
Hey, how valuable was the last month for you getting a look at some of these kids?
It was great. It was great. Just watching them and in a very relaxed environment, just walk around and go through all the fields, and it was good. It was good. Learn a lot from them. Obviously, people want to know about the Nick and Marcelo But there's other kids there, you know, Binelas, he's, you know, very, very physical, you know, and he hits the ball hard. You know, the way he's going about his business at third base, trying to get better, is good. There's some kids, you know, that just got here from the Dominican that are very, very athletic. So, like I said a few days ago, we're in a good spot. You know, as far as like player development, Hein will never say that we are where we should be. And like I said, he might retire. He will never say that. But we're in a good spot. And also, what I really appreciate is what they do. You know, the coaches. You know, the way they work, the way they. I mean, it's not only the time; it's the energy that they bring on a daily basis, and it's not easy. And as a player, you don't appreciate that. You always kind of like point at like this guy's, you know, he's tough on me, or this guy is tough on me. But when you're a big league manager and I never spend time in player development as a coach, and to see them do the things they do, you appreciate that, you know. And we're in a great place, not only players wise, but as far as like instructors and all that, it's been great.
What's your thoughts on the big first baseman,
Tristan, he's good. Very structured in his routine, very JD-like, if you want to call it. So I think they're going to be fighting for that cage, you know, cage time. But because he's a rookie, he probably has to show up at 5 in the morning and get it, because when JD gets here, it's his cage.
Alex, how are you guys viewing Michael Walker as a candidate for the rotation, a hybrid guy, or?
He just, I mean, Michael threw the ball great in the last 2 months. I think the only bad game he had was a sinker he threw to Rafi, and he demolished it. But velocity was up. He made some adjustments throughout the season with Tampa. You know, he was very cutter heavy early on, and all of a sudden he stopped throwing it. Velo was up, changes start playing. So, you know, he's a veteran. He knows what he has to do. You know, stay healthy, and we'll decide what we do. But I really enjoy watching, you know, what he did towards the end. He faced some good hitters, good teams, New York, Toronto, and you know, we'll see. But he's a guy that I've seen him throughout his career, and when he's healthy, you know, he gives you innings, quality innings, and he's very efficient. So looking forward to work with him.
Do you think with the situation that you would consider a six-man rotation coming out because of the?
I think it's too early right now for that. I think the schedule will help us. We got an off day right away in New York. We got an off day in between Detroit and Boston. So we'll play with the schedule. We'll use it to our advantage. It was actually better, you know, starting March 30th, of course. But this is where we at, and we're not complaining. So we'll take care of that, and then we'll decide what we do.
I mean, given how you guys have always handled pitchers, you're not going to be able to lean on guys for a little bit, given the.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's not going to be too many teams out there that are going to lean on 5 guys right away. But we can be creative. You know, we've done it before, so if we have to do it, we'll do it again.
You look at Rich more as a starter too, going into the year.
Just same situation as Michael, a good starter. He's done an amazing job. Just happy to have him finally. I see him from the other side, and he's been very tough on us throughout the years. You know, 17 when I was with the Astros, 18, you know, when we played them in the World Series, and last year he was tough. So finally, I know he's been here like 87 times, but now that he's with me, I'm very happy. We learned a lot from him, you know, throughout the offseason, just watching a few things that we believe are going to help him. But he's a veteran. He knows how to pitch, and he enjoys his environment.
What's your thoughts on getting Jackie back on track offensively?
We got a few ideas. Obviously, one of the things that we always talk about is for him to drive the ball to left center. You know, last year was last year, right? And he understands his situation here, and you know, he's willing to work. You know, with Jackie, there's never a concern about him physically. You look at him, he looks actually stronger and younger, if you want to say that. And I think for him to be here, you saw him yesterday, you know, with Emmy and you know, his wife just hanging out. I think that means a lot, and he's in a good spot. So we're looking for him to bounce back.
Are you gonna miss the 7-inning doubleheaders and the?
I'm gonna miss the 7, yeah, and I'm gonna miss the 10.
Advantage?
Yeah,
You feel like
I'm gonna feel that one. I mean, we'll see. You know, you play 18 innings, and we're gonna feel it. Both teams. You know, I think they make the rules. You got to respect that. But I do believe the 10th inning rule was a good one. The fans liked it. We liked it. I think roster-wise, it made a lot of sense. So now we have to be prepared for that, right? I think roster-wise, obviously, is a challenge when you play extra inning games and when you play multiple extra inning games. But everybody's in the same boat. It's the same rule for everybody, so we'll adjust.
Alex, how do you look at Matt Barnes going into the season? I mean, all-star closer in the first half, and then just kind of all the trauma he had.
Yeah, let's put it this way. He just had two bad months, right? You know, and we're trying to get him right. Physically, he looks good. I think, he working a few things. I just saw him throwing a bullpen. Just a matter of getting him back on track. The fastball has to play, and he played early in the season, and then we avoided the strike zone for a while there, and he got into trouble. So getting back to, the mentality of attacking, and if he does that, he'll be okay.
Will your distinguished beard make it to opening day?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of people out there. They like it. I think the most important person is Angelica, and she loves it. So, Lou knows if they like it, they like it. So I got to take care of her. She said you better keep it, so I'll keep it. I got some tricks. I can do the photo shoot on Tuesday with the beer, and it'll be all over the place throughout the season. So he'll be in the media guy. So we'll see.
First Red Sox manager with a beard.
You superstitious? Meaning if it's a tough start, you shave or one of those things?
I tried that in 19. I actually tried to grow it, and it didn't work. Yeah, so it's just about looks, to be honest with you. It just happened organically.
What's your thoughts on the first baseman? Do you think he figured out that the end of last year?
Bobby,
Bobby.
he should be okay. He learned. It's not easy. Everybody talks about the success in 2020 and spring training, but at the end of the day, 35, 40,000 people, the lights, the expectations, he comes into play, and you got to give him credit. He kept working, he kept getting better, and for a month there, he was our best hitter, right? And he was more aggressive in the strike zone. He wasn't trying to drive everything to right field, and that was a good sign. And defensively, he got better too. He struggled early in the season. It was hard for him, but I think it was a combination of everything, right? Like he lost confidence, and he lost confidence on the field. But when he gained it, you can see the final product.